Hello, welcome back to Wonderland Asylum. We're back today with issue 48 of the Hachette Partworks release of Titanic, the ship, the legend. Okay, so what's in today's magazine? Elsie Bowerman fighting for women's rights. Don't know what that's got to do with the Titanic, but hey ho. Again, Emmeline Pankhurst, that's your kind of thing. The suffragette movement and everything. Again, not sure what it's got to do with Titanic, but hey ho. And then finally, Titanic on the small screen, which was a mini-series in 2012, apparently. Never seen it. Again, may have to have a look at that. And then that brings us on to the parts. So, what do we have today? Well, let's open the box and have a look, shall we? So, in today's box, we have more horrible brown envelopage. So, what's in this? In here, we have a wall. I think that's for the back of the bridge. We have the fixing points for that. We have the back wall of the grand staircase. Now, I'll come back to that in just a moment. We also have the stairs of the grand staircase. Yep. We have a cable. We have a circuit board. And we have a bag of CP screws. And that is everything. Again, shred the silly paper envelope because it's far easier for stuff to get stuck in there. Now, I mentioned before, the grand staircase, one of the most ornate and beautiful parts of Titanic. Lump o' brown plastic. Now this bit here is supposed to have ornate carvings and everything on it. Nope, lump o' brown plastic. This is all wood panelling, lump o' brown plastic. No detail, no wood effect, no texture. There is a clock, but you can't see Honour and Glory on either side of it. And that's one of the big things about Titanic is Honour and Glory. The two figures on either side of the clock. Interesting trivia question that. Where do Honour and Glory crown time? And the answer is the grand staircase of the Titanic. Only the Titanic. Olympic and different figures. So that's what it's going to look like. Dreadful. Absolutely horrendous. So, not in keeping with the magazine itself, I'm not going to be fitting this. I'm terribly sorry, it's garbage. It is absolutely horrendous. I am not happy with it at all. That and the fact that it tells you to fit it to the deck, and that bit dangles down. The deck sits about here, so you've then got a good few millimetres of plastic dangling down, which offers way too much opportunity for breakage for my liking. And again, this back wall, it is detailed, it has the phones and everything on it, but they should all be black. They shouldn't be, white, basically. So, I don't know. I'm going to need to pick the detail out on here anyway. But yeah, very disappointed. As I say, see, even if they'd included Honour and Glory, I would have then used paint or something to detail this up a little bit, but ugh. And plus, the stairs are meant to be marble, not wooden. This looks more like the second class stairs, which were just brown wood. But hey ho, we'll get started with the rest of what we're doing in this issue. Okay, so we need this deck that we've been working on, and we need the PCB. Okay, so turning the deck on its upside downage, which again I hate now that we've got all these details on the top, and something just fell off, can't see what it was, but again that's why I hate doing that. We're taking this circuit board, again it'll only fit one way because of the angled lip there. Push it under the clips there and back here. Now my board is slightly warped actually, so it didn't want to go under that clip. And again, will it clip under easily? No, I didn't think so. Well, that one's going to be difficult because, yeah, it would have been better to do this before we screwed that section of decking on, because it now is going to make it very, very difficult to manoeuvre this clip out of the way. But again, if you use your tweezers to pull it, that's the way I've found works best. Again, put your tweezers in, stab yourself in the finger in the process, pull the clip back, and that should allow you to clip the circuit board in. Okie dokie. So that is that circuit board plugged in. So again, it seems like we're doing absolutely everything that we need to do for the forward section. Now, the next bit tells you to do is to take the grand staircase like this, move this wire out the way, line it up with all these pegs here. Doesn't want to line up very well, apparently. Doesn't surprise me, because nothing else it does is right either. So you have to line this up with these 3 screw holes and with that peg there. Now, as I say, I'm not doing it because I'm not fitting it just now. But that's what you have to do there. And then it tells you to turn it over and glue this bit into the bottom piece. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and amend this version to see if I can make it into something remotely usable. And if not, you know, I'll see if someone's going to make a 3D printed version and I'll come back to it later. Again, sorry to whine, but I'm just so disappointed. That could have been done so much better. But it just hasn't been. And I'm really disappointed. But hey ho. So, next I believe we need a different section of the ship. So I will be back in just a moment. Okay, so now we need this part that we haven't worked on in a little while. And we need the back wall, which I've now gone and picked a couple of the details out. You won't be able to see them very well, but you'll at least see they're there. So I'll need to take the dome and the lid off, because we're going to be screwing it in here, as you can see with these 2 screw holes there. But before we do that, we need to attach the mounting points onto the back here. Now, it's quite a snug fit, but still they give you the 2 CP screws to attach them on, making it nice and unpleasant to hold while you try to get the plastic screws in. And again, just on the other side. Just screw it in, just like that. Then what we're doing is turning this. It tells you to turn it upside down, but looking at all the details, that's not really possible, is it? Let's be totally honest. So we're lining these 2 pegs up with the 2 bits we've just screwed on, and that will form the bulkhead behind the bridge. Now, I know some people had made mods because they looked at the original design and thought, well, ooh, that looks horrible. But that's what it looks like. You can just see the details I've picked out, which I think adds to it. It's up to you if you want to do anything or if you want to just leave it white, but I wanted to pick out a little bit of the detail inside. It's a shame to have it there and not make it readily visible. Again, fortunately these holes are a little bit easier to get the screws into. So the first screw goes in there, the second one goes in just here. Just like that. And that is the back wall of the bridge fitted. Now, still working on this section here. a while ago when we were fitting the windows, they told us not to fit these two at the back. Now I did it anyway, because I knew that was where they went. The only thing I didn't do was this piece here has a vent that goes over it. Now, it was all the way back in issue 20. Issue 20 this grill came in. So if you've lost it, issue 20 may now be a bit scarce. Now people have realised that they need to go back and get this grill. So, yeah, I hope you managed to find it. Or, I know a few people actually just put it straight on because they knew that was where it was going. But, again, a little bit of glue. My usual glue applicator, just give the end a little clean. Because it now has PVA glue on it from where I've had to go under the decking sections. I did get everybody's hint about using Gorilla Glue, so the next issue will be slightly delayed until I have the chance to go to the shop and buy some Gorilla Glue. But again, just a bead of super glue round here, round here, round here, and again, the reason I'm putting so much on here is because I don't want this falling out. And as you see, I've coloured the inside of the vent in black. And it doesn't matter which way it goes because it looks the same either way. It will go in. Just like, not like that in the slightest. It's quite hard to hold this up and get the vent in at the same time. There we go. Just like that. So if you look through, you can see the black behind it. But that is everything that there is to do in this issue. As I say, I haven't fitted the grand staircase purely because I'm not fitting it in its current form. As I say, it just, for the most ornate and one of the most iconic parts of Titanic, for it to look like that is just awful. It's unforgivable in my view. I don't know what I'm going to do about it. Whether I try and find someone who's doing a 3D printed version with a better bit of detailing at the back. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. But that's us for issue 48. Keep this cable safe because we're not using it at the moment. Okay, so that's us for issue 48. What's coming in issue 49? The next section of the boat deck, I believe it's the final section of the boat deck with the appropriate decking pieces. We also have some foil, which goes on the inside of the officers' quarters, I believe. And some screws, 2 foam pads that I'm not going to use, and some more reinforcing bits for the deck. So, yeah, as I say, not impressed in the slightest with the grand staircase. I mean, it's nice to have, and I know it's going to be behind a glass case, but look at it. It's awful. It was one of the most ornate and most beautiful parts of Titanic. And no, I'm not impressed. I'm going to see if anybody's doing a 3D printed version of it, or if there's any sort of upgrade at all, because it's just terrible. But I'm going to see if there's anything I can do myself to make it look slightly better. But to me, the bit absolutely unforgivable is they haven't even tried. You can just about see there, they haven't even tried to include honour and glory beside the clock. And that to me is one of the main and most iconic bits of Titanic, is honour and glory crowning time. The fact that it was marble stairs, it's all just brown. It's just a brown lump, and I'm so upset and disappointed. Sorry to keep going on. But anyway, any feedback, comments, criticisms, drop them down below. I've had plenty of criticisms today. Issue 49 will be delayed slightly until I get my hands on some Gorilla Glue. But yeah, other than that, thanks very much for watching. Do leave a like, do leave a comment, and please subscribe. And as always, guys, peace out. I'll catch you for the next one.